Yo, good morning, everybody. Welcome back. And this morning, what I wanted to talk to you guys about are the new telco companies that are out there right now. I mean, there's a lot of them, and I'll go over them throughout time in like future videos. There was like a weird guy that rode his bike past by, and he grabbed a bag from over there by the dumpster. So I just thought that was weird. Anyways, hashtag ADHD problems because I have ADHD, so other things catch my attention real quickly. But there are three that I want to focus on in this video. Um, three carrier businesses that I want to focus on in this video. Um, Mobile X, Helium Mobile, Boost Infinite. And I have the pleasure of using all three. I've used all three and longer than a month. And I had the pleasure of working with two of them. So anyways, yeah, just kind of like a quick nutshell for people to really just kind of understand. So I'm gonna go and basically from I don't want to say it's my least favorite because there are some benefits to it, but the one that I had the most negative experience with to the one that I had the most positive experience with. So I'll go in that order. Boost Infinite is what I'm gonna start off with. Boost Infinite had a still has a hard time, trying to launch. Well, they've launched, but has a hard time really just gaining some traction. Nothing wrong with Boost Infinite. There's just a lot of things that they prematurely launched because it wasn't working right. Or like when they migrated Republic Wireless customers over to Boost Infinite, that was so bad. So many activation issues and all this. So it wasn't the greatest experience for Republic Wireless customers. Um, Boost Infinite has a real hard time of staking its claim in the telco world, only because the brand name. Yes, well, we all would think, oh well, everyone knows what Boost is, so they should have had a hard time. True, but Boost Mobile has had a bad reputation so many years after Sprint took them over, right? After Sprint, bought them from Peter Adderton, and so things just started to decline. Customer service with them started to decline. That there was a real hatred brewing for the Boost brand, and that Dish wanted to create a postpaid company to go up against the other three companies. Really just kind of put themselves in a bad position already. I mean, that's probably one of the biggest and most popular comments ever, is that they should change their name because Boost is not synonymous with greatness, it's synonymous with headaches. um Boost Infinite, what makes them unique is that they are postpaid, which they're having a hard time, getting people to understand. They are not their sister company, Boost Mobile, that's prepaid. They are postpaid. They are the same as Verizon, T-Mobile, and AT&T. It does require credit to sign up. Um, does require credit to finance the device. And yeah, they did things a little bit differently. What they did for those, and I don't really see anyone really talking about it in this way, but Boost Infinite took what postpaid carriers like T-Mobile, AT&T, and Verizon have as far as plan wise, and they just broke it down to a core of the plan and then add-ons, right? Like if you go to like Verizon, you can get like an unlimited talk and text, and you can have like all these other features, hotspot, international calling and all that stuff, pretty much already bundled in. You're paying like 70, $80 for a line. The way that Boost Infinite looks at it is that they'll give you unlimited talk and text at $25. There is limitations if you're assigned to the AT&T side or T-Mobile side, just because of the agreements they have as an MVNO with those two companies. With their own, I don't believe there's any limitations if you're assigned to the Dish network. There's no limitations there, not that I know of, unless they changed that recently. Um, but yeah, $25 postpaid line for $25 a month. That's actually pretty good. And you can add on what you need, take it off when you don't need it, right? If you need additional data on the AT&T side, because they only give you 30 gigs of high-speed data, then you can get a speed pass, get additional 10 gigs of data, and you're good, right? On the T-Mobile side, they offer you 35 gigs of high speed, so if you get a speed pass, you'll be bumped up to 55. That's just based on the MVNO agreements that they have with T-Mobile and AT&T. You can add in, international calling. You can add in now international roaming. So these things you can add on when you need them, take them off when you don't need them. So you can always have a bill as low as $25 a month, or you can have a $35 bill, $45 bill, $55 bill, $65 bill. The choice is yours. If you want all the add-ons, none of the add-ons, half the add-ons, it's up to you. They also do have some perk plans, right? You have the iPhone access plan, which gives you a new iPhone every year. Same with on the Galaxy side, you get a new Galaxy every year. So that's Boost Infinite in a nutshell. Moving on from that is Helium Mobile. Helium Mobile is a prepaid, and its dependency is on the T-Mobile network. But what makes Helium Mobile different, from a lot of prepaid services that are being offered that we know of, like Metro and them, is that two things. One, they deal in crypto. So while you are a customer of Helium Mobile and you are using, their services, you do have the choice of turn on mapping, which actively maps locations where areas are, signal strength is weak or signal strength is strong, or if signal strength is fully dependent on T-Mobile, if someone there has a hotspot deployed. The mapping pretty much gives them all this information to help them to figure out, how to grow the Helium network. And you can earn crypto tokens. You can use those to pay your phone bill. You can use those to buy a new phone. You can use those to join in on deploying Helium Network by buying one of their hotspots, either outdoor or indoor. So you can earn crypto. If you are deploying hotspot, you can earn crypto. Um, so that is the uniqueness of Helium Mobile, is that it's really crypto based, but you don't have to be a crypto guru to have the services, because with Helium Mobile, their price is $20 a month. You get unlimited talk and text, you get 30 gigs of high speed data, and then you're slowed to 1 megabit per second on the downlink and uplink, which is a lot better than other prepaids that have a similar plan, because they'll offer you like 30 gigs of high speed data and then slow you down to 2G speeds. Or slow you down to, 512 kilobits per second, which was 3G. But this slows you down to 1 megabit, so you can still do social media, you can still watch YouTube in 480p quality. You just won't be able to do any like online gaming or streaming in 4K. That's pretty much what you lose until the start of your next bill cycle. And yeah, they are really starting to grow because people are starting to get the hotspots deployed, because they're trying to be less dependent on T-Mobile and on theirs. Their network is basically based on people, you having home internet, sharing that signal, not in a sense where people are accessing your Wi-Fi router, but the data from your Wi-Fi router transmits from these hotspots, and only Helium customers with Helium SIM cards or eSIM can access this network. So no other IoTs can, like laptops, stuff like that, cannot connect to it. It's not like that. Um, they're really starting to make a dent. People are starting to get interested in it. I got a promo code in the description if you guys want to try it out for a month. That gets you 1 month free. But yeah, they're doing pretty decent. They're growing. And the last one that I've had the best experience with is Mobile X. Mobile X has given me the best experience just because you can customize it to however you need it. They're all about, the customer deciding what's best for them. So they have three options. They have a $24.88 plan, which with taxes and stuff comes out to 25 bucks ish. And gives you unlimited talk and text, 30 gigabytes of high speed data on the Verizon network, and then you're slowed until the start of your next bill cycle. If 5 gigs is really all that you need, then $14.88 gets you 5 gigs of data, unlimited talk and text. But if maybe you're a way less data user, and maybe you use less than 5 gigs but more than 1 gig, you can basically customize the plan the way that you need it, like it. It's up to you, and it's the U plan. It's the U plan. You can choose if you want unlimited talk and text, if you want 150 minutes, 150 text messages, 50 minutes, 50 text messages. They got levels to the talk and text side. They got levels to the data. Their data is actually cheap. When you look at something like Google Fi that charges you $10 per 1 gigabyte of data, and then Mobile X charges you $2.10 for 1 gigabyte of data, that's a $7.90 difference. That's actually pretty cool. Some people really don't use a lot of data, and some people don't even know that they don't use a lot of data because they have things like home Wi-Fi, and they got Wi-Fi at work, and they tend to rely on those when they're in those places. They don't realize maybe they've only used like 2.5 gigs a month. And so the cool thing about Mobile X is that they have a 10-day trial for you, right? You can try it out for 10 days free, worry-free. Try it out. The cool thing about it is that you get to try it out and see how it works for you. And they have an AI system that calculates how you're using your phone and gives you a prediction of what you would use in 30 days. You can adjust that manually if you need to use more or less, but you can basically build a plan that fits you. And if you're not a heavy data user, you can have a seriously cheap phone bill. Now, the cool thing is that if you miscalculate and say you gave yourself 3 gigs of data and unlimited talk and text, but you're already about to eat that whole 3 gigs, you can add on more data in the middle of your cycle. $2.10 for 1 gig. So you do the math. If you add on one, two, three, four, you can manually add in 8 gigs of data if you need it. MobileX really, really, really is about customer, and their customer service is awesome. Even before they started having customer service calls, their customer service is awesome. Um, now they've moved up, and I think the way that they kind of like grow themselves is at a good pace, because now they're offering where you can get devices from them. You can get devices. You either have the option of buying them out through them or financing them. What you can see on social media, if you follow the founder of MobileX, is that these devices are already unlocked, so you can get it from MobileX, have MobileX service, and if it's like dual SIM, eSIM, or whatever, you can add in like a secondary if you need one, right? So they don't lock it down apparently. I'll do a separate video on MobileX's growth, and we'll talk about that in a future video. But yeah, from the worst experience to the best experience, that's how it's ranked, with MobileX being the one that gave me the best experience. Um, yeah, so what are your guys' thoughts on these 3 different carriers? Drop your comments in the comment section. Smash the like button if you guys enjoyed today's video. And yeah, I will talk to you on the next one.